Now, teachers are to vote on strike action because of workload concerns. The EIS, that's Scotland's largest teaching union, says teachers face crippling workloads and the Scottish Government have failed in promises to reduce teacher class contact time. Well, their General Secretary is Andrea Bradley. Morning, Andrea.
Good morning, Lucy.
So what's going on then with teachers? The workload and the lack of time out of class is causing pressures.
Yeah, Scottish teachers are amongst the most highly class contacted in the OECD, and we also have amongst the largest class sizes in the OECD. So those two facts together compound to make the professional lives of teachers extremely difficult, such that their workload is excessive, to the point that on average they are working a day and a half extra per week unpaid in order to get everything done that is required of them in respect of, responding to the needs of the children in their classes, reporting to parents, meeting about children's learning, etc. And we need the Scottish Government and local authority employers to, at long last, recognise that fact, but go beyond simply recognising it and put into practice the promises that have been made in respect of workload alleviation for teachers.
What promises have been made then? And how are they not being met?
So back in 2021, after years of campaigning by the EIS and the other teacher trade unions, the current Scottish Government committed in its manifesto ahead of the last Scottish Parliament elections to reduce teacher class contact time to 21 hours per week. And almost 5 years down the line, there has been little material progress made towards the implementation of that commitment. We were promised back in December by both COSLA and the Scottish Government that they would work together at pace to bring forward a plan for implementation. The EIS and the other teacher trade unions set a deadline of the 3rd of February for that. The 3rd of February came and went with no plan for implementation being produced, and so a dispute was formally declared within our negotiating mechanism. We were then promised that a report and a proposal for implementation would come at the end of June. The end of June came and went, and no plan for implementation came at the end of June either. And teachers have been infinitely patient in the early stages of this academic session, waiting for something to materialise. And despite the fact that negotiations have been ongoing, still we do not have a plan for implementation. And meanwhile, the professional lives of teachers continue to be extremely difficult as a result of that.
Okay, and just to point out that the Scottish Government they are committed to working with teaching unions and COSLA is the umbrella body for Scottish councils to agree on an approach to delivering a reduction in class contact time at pace. They say, what is going to happen now? You are putting out a ballot for strike action?
Yeah, so after the October break, we will be balloting members on strike action and action short of strike. The timescales for that are likely to mean that in the event that a mandate for such action is secured, it would be in the new year that we would be enacting that industrial action mandate. So we would really urge the Scottish Government and COSLA to do what they said they would do and come to the table very, very swiftly with a concrete plan that we can together work through in order to finally deliver on the promises that were made to teachers and actually the whole electorate back in 2021. It's really important that we do that.
Okay, Andrea Bradley, thanks for coming on to talk to us about it this morning. That's the EIS Union's General Secretary, Andrea Bradley.